Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to update the Gley build that I put out a couple weeks ago, the Massacre Gley build that I've been working on. Put a lot more work into it, switched some mods around, catalyst a few more times, finally got my Python, got it fully catalyst. Feeling pretty good about where it's sitting now. Can sub 20 a lot of bosses. More importantly, she serves a pretty big role in Molten Fortress fights. And we'll go over that too here in a little bit. But just wanted to go over the updates to it. It's in a great spot now. It's super tanky still. The damage output is absolutely astronomical. I've hit 92 million in a single Molten fight so far, and that's the high I've gotten. But substantial amount of damage in any of the boss fights, as well as just a really tanky and overall just a quality descendant. So wanted to go over the new updates, a little bit of gameplay with it, and hope you enjoy it. Got any suggestions you see in it as well? As always, comment. Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's start with the Python. So I really like the Python here. The Python has a 923 fire rate, which is massively important for when we are in Massacre mode. We're getting as many shots as possible out as quickly as possible. So we can stack not just the firearm attack, but we do get the Massacre damage as well. And when we get to sub 50% HP, we're starting to dish out 100k per hit just in Massacre damage. So the Python having such a fast caster or fire rate, it's incredibly awesome in dishing out that massive Massacre damage. So for the mods itself, we're going. There's a lot in here because this weapon has very low crit chance. We're really focused on just fire rate, accuracy, recoil, and any weak point damage we can pull out. The last slot I did not catalyst, and the reason for that is all of your chill enhancement, toxic enhancements, fire enhancements, all those are different polarities or mod types, so we are not able to catalyst that specifically to one, so I left that out. I'm out of gold right now, so I can't keep upgrading those, but here's where we are with that. But the other mods that I'm set on that I'm happy where they're at, we're going to go through those. We got the recoil from vibration, weak point aiming and accuracy here, weak point damage there, firearm attack percent, fire rate up, mental focus. This one is awesome because we can get all 150 stacks going at all times while we're in Massacre. Fixed shot for recoil and more weak point damage, Hawkeye for accuracy, and then firearm attack and recoil with action and reaction. So overall, right now I'm hitting 55,000 on Massacre damage, 75,000 just as a regular hit from the firearm. And then when that actually gets buffed, Massacre damages goes up to 100,000. So this is the Python build. I don't have anything else set up for it. This is actually stat stick for another build, but that I'm testing out. But this is the current setup for this build. All right, so let's get into Gley Mods herself. So first up, we have Massive Sanguification. Again, while we're in Frenzy, this is going to give us those immediate 3 orbs as soon as we pop this, so we can go into the fight with our Massacre going. Increased HP for more HP, defense, skill duration with skill extension. We have max HP here with negative on MP. Since we don't have MP, that's awesome. Focus on non-attribute is going to give us more damage since we are non-attribute champion. With more skill cooldown to keep our unlimited ammo going at all times, which enables us to keep Massacre going at all times. Focus on Dementia again. Massacre damage is Dimension, so we are going to keep that going, as well as more skill cooldown. I'm big on mid-air maneuvering, still am. I like being able to just grapple anytime, anywhere. MP conversion, more cooldown without any negative effects since we don't have MP. Nimble Fingers for more cooldown. HP Collector, we've already talked about that, being able to pop that so we can get the heals going, especially when we're doing some util in some of the fights, such as Molten Fortress, where we're killing lava orbs. Just being able to pop down a couple of the little roly-polies while we're doing that allows us to continue to keep the orbs down without having to worry about HP. Outstanding investment. This is one that I have been up and down about because more skill duration gives us a cushion. So we could slot in a maximum duration, but we lose some skill power modifier, so I'm not super keen on it. With this 20%, we are still at the appropriate amount where when we're getting near that cooldown, we just need to be ready to pop it. We only have a half a second in there to pop that again, so it is very important when you're using this without the maximum duration that you're super focused on if we've got the cooldown ready or not, and not to miss that, because most of the time you're only going to have those 3-shot buffers, so you just want to make sure that you're ready for that. And then shield conversion. We don't have shields, so we get a massive defense boost. And so that's the build. I've been playing around with some other stuff. This is where I've settled. I'm super happy about it. Like I said, a lot of the bosses you can sub 20 on them. Super tanky still. As you see here, I'm at 44,000 defense with 20,000 HP. So first up, we have our Frenzy. We are going to stay in this primarily. I know a lot of the guides and stuff say you'll be switching in and out of this. I don't. I stay in it all the time. There's just no reason not to, especially with HP Collector, because we can keep those the HP going with that up all the time pretty much. We have Massive Sanguification in for this with our ult here. This is going to allow us to immediately get 3 orbs when we are in Frenzied State. For the next one, we have Increased Sensory. This is the one that gives us unlimited ammo. This is twofold. So with this build, I've got it set up so that you can use anything you want. If you want to use rockets with this, you can. You could swap in a Singularity Reactor instead of the Dimension because we use Massacre with this build, or in the case that I use it, because I use Gley a lot for Molten Fortress, being able to switch in and out the rockets to the Python for killing the lava orbs, which you saw the gameplay video of that earlier. You can keep those orbs down to nothing, and this way you can swap in and out and be going back into your Massacre spec or your Massacre damage just by switching your weapons, and you have the same amount of cooldown. So this one is, you can see here, we've got 7.8 duration with a 7.4 cooldown. This allows us to have unlimited ammo all the time. And then we have our Massacre itself. Massacre is our ultimate. It's going to where we're going to get a lot of our damage. When we're in Frenzied State is where we are going to get that Massacre damage. And it's a huge amount of damage, especially by using the Python with the 923 attack speed. And with this being up all the time, as long as we do not expend all of the ammo, and you get 1 ammo per blood orbs that you consume, and most of the time we only have 3, so we do just have that 3 buffer. But with our increased sensory, those 3 bullets are never gone. We always have them up, so it's important to stay on top of your increased sensory. All right, for our reactor, since we do focus on massacre damage with this build, we are using a materialized phased. Unfortunately, I do not have a good one other than the skill cooldown is gold, which you absolutely have to have. There's non-negotiable, which is why we're in the position we're in, where we have our secondary stat is toxic skill. I would much prefer having dimension damage here, but I don't, so here we are. Could also pick up Colossus damage here. That would also be a solid pickup, but until I get one, I am stuck with the gold cooldown and toxic. Ideally, you would want the Python mounting with dimension and gold skill cooldown. Again, the gold skill cooldown is absolutely non-negotiable. For your external components, I'm on a 4-piece Annihilator. This is huge because, one, we get the skill duration, which allows us, again, to keep that sensory up all the time. I went for gold max HP and defense on this roll. My third stat is terrible. It is what it is. For the Annihilator sensor, again, terrible rolls here, but it is what it is. I have no reason to have MP recovery in combat, but here we are. This is the best I got at the moment. For the memory, I have max HP and a gold defense. Don't have a third mod that works yet, but here we are. And lastly, for the processor, we have a max HP and toxic resist. So this 4-piece is going to give us an additional firearm attack speed when we get lower than when we get our HP loss. So it's a great set, as primarily the great set is just the skill duration, but the additional damage is also welcome. Alright guys, so that's the new and updated Gley build. If you got any comments, questions, or just hit me up in the comments here. If you think you got some improvements that you've seen, let me know what you're working on, where you're at with things. I don't know that I'll update this build again. Got Lepic coming up, and then I'm going to work on a Eugen build. And then get ready for, in 7 days, we've got the first big patch we've got, the new champ, as well as the Ultimate Valby, so those will be coming out after that. But again, if you got anything you want to add, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.